On today's episode, I have 5 easy tips on how you can transform your bathroom on a strict budget. Hey friends, my name is Heidi Sonboul, and if you're new here to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad that you stopped by to visit with me today. And if you're returning, thanks so much for stopping by again. Now, we've had this bathroom in our basement that has been untouched for 5 years. We moved into this home and I thought it had so much potential, and I just hadn't had time yet to get around to it. I had finally reached my limit of wanting to allow it to be the way that it was. So I started with tip number 1. We ended up giving it a fresh coat of paint. Now, the color before was actually a pretty color. It was a light blue color, but I wanted to freshen up the space with white paint that was bright because the space was so small already. After I had my boys help me paint and I touched up here and there where they had some drips or maybe some spots that they missed, we moved on to painting the cabinet that was for the sink. That cabinet was in really good shape. It didn't have any problems with leaks or any damage to it. I knew that if I just gave it a fresh coat of paint that it would really transform that whole cabinet. Now, I know a lot of you are going to ask what color I used. It was called Gateway Gray. I'm gonna link it down below. It was by the brand BEHR Paint, and I loved how it turned out. It was the perfect gray for this space. The other thing that we did to save our money and stick to the budget, I took pre-existing handles that were on the cabinet or toilet paper roll holders, and then a couple of rods that I had from IKEA a long time ago. I spray painted all of those black, so I had the cost of just 1 can of black spray paint, and that really transformed all of these metal pieces and made them look more cohesive for the space. Tip number 2 are the floors. Now, if you already have good floors in your bathroom and you don't feel like they need to be replaced, this is another area where you can save money. There are a lot of different DIY hacks out there on how to update floors, like painting them and sealing them with a really fun stencil. For me in particular, I decided to put down some of the vinyl sticky tiles. I will link the ones that we purchased from our local home improvement store down below in my description box. We ended up using 3 boxes of tiles, but realistically it was really more about 2.5 boxes of tiles. We had some left over that we ended up using in the other floors of our basement. The biggest part of my budget went towards the toilet. The toilet in this bathroom was so low to the ground. I thought that was a very weird choice for this toilet. And on top of it, it really did not do a good job. It took forever for anything to flush, and so I knew that I wanted to get a new toilet. Now, we found our toilet for under $100, which is the reason why our budget was increased up to the $300, because I wanted to make sure that we replace that. But if you already have a great toilet in your bathroom, no needs to replace it. Just go ahead and move on from that part of the budget and save even more money. Again, because this bathroom was a very small bathroom, I didn't have a lot of space to work with. I took out the pre-existing cabinet that was above the toilet before. It wasn't very deep, and it also was kind of bulky and just collecting dust more than anything. So I went ahead and took that down, added on some brackets with my husband. He helped with this part to find the studs, made sure everything was leveled, and then added on 3 of these vinyl covered shelves that I picked up from my home improvement store. After we had those all screwed into place, I went ahead and moved on underneath my sink because I wanted to make sure we were utilizing all the space down there. I love going to the Dollar Tree for projects like this because you can find so many amazing, beautiful storage pieces on their shelves ready to be picked up for just a couple of bucks. So make sure you measure your cabinet before you head to the store so you know what sizes you will need. This particular cabinet was an angled cabinet, so I had to make sure I was being smart with the ones I was putting in there. I already had 2 of these fabric bins that were on hand, and then the other white ones, I picked those up from the Dollar Tree to section out hair products, face products, and then individual containers for my kids. Now again, utilizing the things that I already had on hand, I had this really cool teal metal cup wall mount holder. I knew that would be great to be able to hold my boys' brushes, combs, their shaver because they're teens, and then some Febreze to keep the bathroom smelling nice and fresh. And tip number 5, in my personal opinion, the most important one of them all besides organizing and making it functional. Friends, make it pretty. I think this is one of the ones that a lot of the times people skip over just because they think it's gonna cost a lot of money to make things look nice. That is absolutely not true. There are so many things that you could pick up from a thrift store, give them a couple coats of paint, and freshen them up. There are also a lot of beautiful things that you can find on a lower budget for you at HomeGoods, Ross, and Big Lots. Those types of stores always have fantastic deals on artwork and just home decor, neat items that you can add to the space to really make it your own. Once everything was in place, it really came together. I had an oversized artwork canvas on the wall to really give it that coastal, relaxing feeling, because again, this bathroom is for my boys down in the basement, and it really just tied all of those colors together. In total, this bathroom took us about 2 weeks to do because we were replacing the floors. But friends, I've got to tell you, it was worth every single second we spent on it as a team. All of us chipped in, my boys, my husband, and I, and it was so worth it. I hope this video motivates you to take a space like a bathroom that has been neglected for a little too long and give it some love and attention, making it feel like you and your family. Because remember, your home should always feel like you and be a place that feels peaceful and safe for you to dwell in. Thanks so much for stopping by. Leave a comment down below to let me know what you think of this transformation and if you've ever done a bathroom makeover yourself. And until the next episode, bye friends.